It's now emerging that Harambee Stars and the whole entire team is facing internal crisis, and it has to do with matters remuneration payments, unresolved other projects that needed to be attended to, and some other fights, cat fights left, right, and center. And the coach, head coach Benni McCarthy, is expressing interest to almost tender in a resignation if the issues go unresolved because they are now persistent. And according to a Twitterati by name Oletia, this is what he tweeted, quote unquote, he said, "It's now emerging that plenty of drama unfolded during the CHAN 2024 tournament at the Harambee Starlets team. One of the main sources of conflict is President William Ruto's reward to the team, which has sparked division. Head coach Benni McCarthy is reportedly unhappy with how certain matters have been handled, and if the issues are unsolved, he might walk away." I'm not surprised. I am not surprised because when you look at our local sports right here in our country, of course, they fall under the Ministry of Sports and Arts, and right now the Cabinet Secretary, Salim Vuria. The festering issues have always revolved around financing, remuneration, and giving facelifts and completing infrastructures, the stadia in different parts of the counties that need to be completed. Anyways, shout out to the Moi International Sports Center in Kasarani and also the Nyayo Stadium. At least they have almost close to international tournament kind of facilities and infrastructure, and that's why we're even holding the CHAN 2024 African Nation Championships in partnership with the Confederation of African Football in conjunction with Federation of Kenya Football. That again just gives us credit, and it stamps our authority and a prominency when it comes to us hosting some of these international matches. That's fantastic, excellent, and just ecstatic. But then when it comes to remuneration and funding trickling down from the Ministry of Sports and the leadership, the biggest wound that the sports arena is battling is corruption, mismanagement, dishonesty, and lack of integrity. Tell me why. Just the other day, I was doing an update on our morning TV show highlighting the women volleyball team that went to Thailand. They were stuck. They couldn't even afford breakfast. They couldn't even afford pads. They couldn't even shower because the money that was allocated to them was never disbursed in their accounts. And so they are stuck. And now when they see Harambee Style has been, dished 3 million, almost 5 million, close to 10 million, it becomes annoying. And it's now raising a lot of rage and just resentment. I understand the CAF, the CAF, has almost 1.3 billion in cash money prizes for Kenya, FKF. And I remember Hussein Mohammed, who had a sit down with Odlit Barres and Ayub Abdikadir. He said the money has already been, the quota, I believe, 200 and 30 something million has already been disbursed to the FKF account. But the question is, how is that money going to be distributed to the players and the stakeholders? Now, away from that, this Twitterati goes ahead and says a section of staff engaged in setting up LED screens and police officers deployed for CHAN 2024 duties have voiced frustration over unpaid wages, fearing they might walk away empty-handed when CHAN 2024 comes to a close. Remember, CHAN is ending this Friday. The semifinals are happening right here. And the question of concern as well is, should the police be paid? Well, let me just read for you some of the feedback and then we're going to complete it. There's one of the tweets who said they should pay staff ASAP, but not police. Another one said, but Kasongo has millions to give to. Okay, he has millions, he has the money, he's the president, he can give anything he wants, especially when it comes to supporting, our sports and arts team. Another one said, Simgoje tournament isha. I mean, I believe the police should be paid in as much as, FKF is part of the government, it's a part of a government project in the sports arena, sports and arts. But I believe every stakeholder who's allocated or assigned duties to facilitate these, there should be some sort of remuneration and compensation, because this is an international match and the money is the cash prizes. If you keep on waddling and drobbling just and taunting money in front of people in their faces, and people are starving, people have not been paid for ages, that raises alarm. Me too, I'd be pissed off I'd be so angry and I'd be protesting on the streets. So they should pay the police officer, like literally let everybody be paid. Because at this point, the Harambee Starlets already have their monies in their accounts, okay? Everyone needs to be compensated because they put Kenya on the map. And if this issues like, Benni McCarthy, why don't the club has it allegedly that they are causing some sort of uncomfortability to him, then that could be, because some of these issues are consistent, mismanagement, corruption, embezzlement of funds, lack of integrity, and stalled projects when it comes to sports. And this is because of the people in between that have been given some of these dockets. So I trust Salim Mvurya is going to give it a facelift. He's just taken over the docket recently, but the sports and arts docket has always had issues, corruption, they're consistent. But I wish everybody all the best. What do you make of that?